One of the most disturbing follow-ups that we're seeing to the failed assassination attempt against Donald Trump, which did kill someone in the crowd, is that far-right extremists are increasingly openly calling for violence, war, retribution, and feel as though they have carte blanche now to do whatever they wrongly and deludedly believe they need or are being asked to do as a result of the failed assassination attempt. This was one of the obvious concerns that I talked about just hours after the shooting during a live stream on Saturday. And I want to explore it a little bit with you. Article: Far-right extremists call for violence and war after Trump shooting, by David Gilbert. One person wrote of Democrats, the media, and others, they should all be hung in the streets. War now, another wrote. A member of the pro-Trump message board, known as the Donald, wrote, I guess they really do want war. Many people agreed with that. Let's give it to them, one person wrote. Another, I'm ready. This is my last damn straw. Another user, civil effing war. I'm ready to be done with this effing S from Democrats. We have seen it on X and Facebook. They've been trying to take this guy out since he's been in office. Too bad for them they missed. They're about to see what happens when you poke the bear for too long, i.e. true American patriots. F the DNC, F the rhinos, F the feds, F the MSM. They should all be hung in the streets. MSM, of course, being mainstream media. There are not just reports, but there are videos of in the immediate seconds after the shots rang out in Butler, Pennsylvania, and everybody ducked. If I recall correctly, before or as they are getting Trump off of the stage, people in the crowd turning to the area where the press is and starting to yell and insult and scream and the entire thing. And what people there told us, and we might hear about this from Luke Beasley tomorrow. Luke Beasley was at the shooting and he's going to talk to us tomorrow on the show, was that they were saying to the media, you caused this, as many of you know. I've been getting accused of inciting violence against Trump merely by saying he's a convicted felon. In fact, today's voicemail, you will see, contains exactly that sort of content. There were chilling moments yesterday at the first day of the Republican National Convention. Here is the crowd chanting, fight, 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 which, of course, is what Trump said before he was pulled off stage at the shooting. These are truly scary, scary images. That, to me, incites violence. That is legitimizing. Fight in what way? They couldn't possibly just mean voting because they already supposedly were voting. So it must be something new. Here's another moment when Donald Trump came out with an ear patch yesterday, joined his recently minted vice presidential running mate, J.D. Vance, and you will hear the crowd chanting USA and then going to fight. And then you will see Don Jr. in the background chanting it. You will see J.D. Vance chanting as well. The reason that this has the potential to be an absolute and total disaster in terms of real world violence, which I am against and denounce no matter who's doing it and for what reason, as you all know, is that they really do seem to feel like it is open season now. They're not even hiding it. And part of the problem is this has always been the violent political movement. And I know people get mad at me. They'll go, David, what about when Steve Scalise was shot? Yes, that's true. That happened. OK, but if you look statistically, which is what I care about, not anecdotes, when you look statistically, the vast majority of political violence in the United States is carried out by the political right. I know that some people say that's divisive. It's divisive. It's considered divisive now to just state facts. Trump's a convicted felon. You're inciting violence. What? What do you mean? He's a convicted felon. He's a civilly liable sexual assaulter, which met the definition of rape per a New York judge. That's inciting violence against him. Hold on a second. No, that's just it's just a characteristic of Trump, which we can use to decide if we want to vote for the guy or not. And the people who are the primary purveyors and inciters of violence now have a tiny bit of cover, even though the shooter was a Republican, to say, oh, the violent left, we now need to fight back against them, sort of revitalizing their believed justification for violence. So I don't want to be hyperbolic. I don't want to generate any more fear than what is appropriate based on the circumstances, but this is a scary situation to me. And then this is without even accounting for the conspiracy theories about the shooting, which I briefly want to talk about here.